The following is a Just Green production.
Hello, everyone. It's the week of November 13th, 2017. My name is Taylor Cooper, and this might be news to you. What up, everybody? Week 13 might be news. Follow us on Twitter at MightBeNews247. That's Might Be News 247. Listen to us on SoundCloud, iTunes. Follow, subscribe, share, tell all your friends. With me, as always, co-host Kev. What up, Kev?
No, I'm not even going to say what up. You wrote down on a piece of paper, November 13th.
Yeah, that's what I did. I do that every episode, Kev. I don't know what day it is. I don't know what episode number this is. Unless it's staring me in the face. I can't remember things like that, Kev. It says right here on the screen, season 2, episode 13. That's how I know that. So I have to write down the date.
What up, guys?
So Danny is sick right now. Sorry, Danny. Get well soon. With us this week, CJ Schumart. What up, CJ?
How's it going, guys?
CJ, we've known CJ for a long time. And CJ is actually the person that's responsible for having Might Be News on iTunes.
Yeah, I think that's a landmark achievement.
It's a big deal.
Huge.
It's a big deal.
Huge.
Season 1, we didn't get on iTunes. People listen to us on iTunes, I believe.
I mean,
I hope.
You're the one with the numbers. You should look at those sometime.
Well, yeah. I try not to look at the numbers. I mean, it's not important to me. I enjoy doing this. But we've had a steady flow of listeners. I'm very happy with season 2 of Might Be News.
If you don't look at the numbers, how do you know that we have a steady flow of listeners?
I mean, I graze over the numbers. I do look at the numbers, but I don't like.
You're a liar.
I don't go in depth on the numbers, Kev.
He assumes there's a steady flow of listeners. Right now, it's the three of us are going to listen to it later, and Danny's going to listen to see what happened when he's not here.
I log onto my computer twice a week. Once to record the episode, and second to upload the episode. When I bring up SoundCloud on the computer, it pops up. It says how many listens we've had in the last 24 hours. When I look at it, it usually says 1. But for the week, it gives me a whole nother number, which is obviously way bigger. So that's cool. So
Does it tell you the iTunes numbers now, or just the SoundCloud numbers?
I only look at the SoundCloud ones. But they're all calculated
look at those
together.
iCloud numbers.
They're all calculated together because they're all connected because it's the internet.
The interweb works that way.
It's pretty wild. I saw this story this week that Columbia University. Remember we were talking about that robot?
Yeah.
What was her name? Sophia.
Sophia.
Have you heard about this robot, Sophia? Craig?
Bits and pieces.
So just long story short, it's this robot that was made by a Japanese company, and she's super smart, and she has a...
Is that the citizen robot?
Yes.
Yeah.
Saudi Arabia made her a freaking citizen.
All right.
Which, so anyway, Columbia University is developing this, like, artificial muscle that can basically expand and contract, like, 15 times what humans can do, which makes it obviously superhuman strong. And they're like looking at putting these with these robots.
That's retarded.
Listen, real quick
That's
before I forget to say,
Skynet's coming.
That's what I'm saying.
before I forget to say, Danny does good news. Danny's not here. We don't have good news. So
Well,
that
this
was
is
your
gonna
bad.
be a shit show.
That
Then,
was your bad news with the robots. Skynet.
Oh my God.
Danny needs to feel better, so we get some good news.
I don't know. It depends what you're into with the robots. I mean, that could be good news that they can strangle.
We were talking about the sex robots, Craig. You know about the sex robots, right?
Oh yeah, I know about the sex robots. I've been to several porn conventions with Travis Knight before. I know about the sex robots.
CJ has a lot of interesting friends.
To put it lightly.
Yeah. I've met quite a few of them, and they're really awesome people. Craig, before we really get any further,
All right.
why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself, other than putting us on iTunes?
Well, I mean, that's my claim to fame right now. Is putting
Right.
you guys on iTunes.
For the purpose of the show, you're the iTunes guy. You're the IT guy.
and I mean, you know, I could retire on that one. But yeah. So I work with Brandon Novak from Jackass fame, and he wrote the book Dream Seller with Joe Franz, who I also deal with. We do some stuff together. I work with Tim Ryan, aka TV's Dope Man. If anyone saw that A&E special,
I've seen something about that.
yeah. It's waiting to get picked up. We'll see who picks it up.
I think you showed me something with that. It's pretty interesting.
I probably showed you the trailer.
Yeah.
For it.
Yep.
I mean, and then it's just people just coming up, and I deal with whoever wants to deal with me. I deal with them, depending on what the situation is.
Right. And what does that all entail? Like, what do you?
I mainly do social media.
You manage their social media?
Yes, I do Tim and Brandon's social media. So
what's going out on their Twitter?
for them, a lot of it is them themselves. Stuff will be run by me to get my thoughts on it, or if they have an event coming up or something that they're not specifically really going to do on their own. Like Novak, he's become so much more organized in sobriety, but he's not the most organized person. So if I know he has an event coming up, I will put it on his Facebook, his Twitter, his Instagram that he's going to be here then, because he'll forget about it, because he assumes if he knows, everyone knows. He
Right.
doesn't realize that he has to tell people about certain things.
Now, Bam went to what country to sober up?
He went all over Europe, and then he stayed about a year in Spain and started
That's what it was,
skateboarding
Spain.
again.
Yeah. Did Novak do the same type of thing to sober up, or did he?
Yes and no. Novak in 2008 tried to go to Finland
Okay.
to sober up, and then because he figured I can't speak Finnish, like no one's gonna be able to communicate with me, I'm gonna stay in a 5-star hotel, and I'm gonna sober up, and I'm gonna rebrand myself, and I'm gonna be back better than ever. So he goes there. He goes into the lobby bar of the hotel, which it's not hard to order booze at a bar in any language. So he starts ordering bottle after bottle of red wine.
Wow.
And then he's talking to some guy in a business suit because he's in a 5-star hotel. So he thinks he's starting to do well because there's guys with suits around me. I must be doing better. Finds out one of them can get him heroin.
Ugh.
And proceeds to have the guy send over heroin and starts doing bundle after bundle of heroin
Wow.
before realizing, calling a sponsor and being like, yeah, I came to Finland and nothing's changed. He goes, well, you're with the last person you did drugs with, which is you. So you have to start changing people, places, things in your perspective.
Right. That's their thing. People, places, things. Like, you got to change all those things in
Yeah.
order to get better.
Yeah, so he was still with the same person he did drugs with last, which is himself. So then he came back, and that does not really end the story, but there's a whole bunch of other things which is coming out in later sequels to his book, and we have graphic novels coming out.
I saw something about the graphic novel. That looks pretty wild.
First ever addiction graphic novel. It's the stories that should be told but don't fit into the story arcs of the book. So I mean, there's the story about when he went to the VMAs and he was dressed in nothing but a keyboard that Bam duct taped to him from the hotel
Wow.
because he had drugs on him. So Bam didn't want him hiding drugs anywhere, so took his clothes. So the only thing he had to go down the red carpet was keyboard that Bam duct taped to him. There's stories about him with his grandma. Because as a kid, he would pretty much terrorize the poor lady.
Yeah.
He handcuffed her to the steering wheel one day, and she got pulled over. And she bought him the police kit that he handcuffed her and shouts "citizens arrest" and handcuffs her to the steering wheel, and she almost swerves into oncoming traffic as a cop's behind her and pulls her over.
Wow.
And there's completely more to that story, but you'll have to wait to see that in the graphic novel. But
When does the graphic novel come out?
we have 15 more pages that have to be illustrated. That deal with the story with Tony Hawk.
Who's doing the illustrations?
We have this guy, Emmanuel Koch from Germany, that we found, who does amazing work and actually illustrates every story in a different style. So you can't tell that it's
All him.
Yeah, the
That's
whole way
neat.
through.
That's
That
pretty
is
cool.
neat.
That's pretty awesome. So you don't like have like a specific release date though?
It's more on Emmanuel's time right now. We're hoping end of the year.
His first book is called what?
Dream Seller.
And where can you find that?
Amazon. It just came out March as a re-release with new beginning, new ending, and 2 additional chapters.
Oh wow, that's very cool. And what are the people that you work for? What's their like Twitter handles and stuff like that? What do you?
So Tim Ryan is from Dope to Hope.
Okay.
He mainly deals with, I mean, if you've seen Fox in the last month, you've seen him on Fox and Friends, you've seen him on Barney and Company. He's been on HLN in the last week.
What is he talking about on there?
They pretty much want him to talk about Donald Trump's opiate epidemic.
Okay.
And to sum it up pretty much, it's Donald Trump wants to go back to just say no.
Yeah.
Which everyone I deal with that's in the recovery space it just didn't work. It didn't work the first time around. Just
Right.
say no didn't work.
Right.
So that's pretty much what they have them come and talk about is the opiate epidemic.
And how absolutely insane it is. It is. I mean,
Just say no doesn't necessarily work for people that are already addicted.
But it didn't work. They're even
it
talking
didn't
about
work for me.
They're talking about doing it for kids that are in school. Like
Yeah.
it didn't work the first time around.
Nobody that I know and that like I'm friends with right now, it worked on nobody. Nobody. Everybody I know
Are you
drinks
gonna sit here and tell me
or
that
smokes weed.
Nancy
or-
Reagan sitting in that ad went when she goes, "Just say no to drugs." He went, "Shit, I'm gonna just say no to drugs."
Like I mean, it worked on me for a while, I guess, like my younger years. But then I smoked one cigarette. A couple weeks later, I found out what weed was. And then it was
And it
just
went
kinda
downhill from
just
there.
blast off from there. Next thing you know, I'm sitting on benches at friends' house smoking opium for a week.
Oh my God. Glad I wasn't with you for that one.
Wild times. Chocolate bars with mushrooms in them.
There's 2 things you don't really hear about anymore,
Right?
Opium and
Right.
talking bars and mushrooms.
I'm old as shit, bro. Smoking grass.
I'm timeless. I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, that's awesome, Craig. Well, thank you for being here. What's
Oh, yeah,
your
thank
What's
you.
your Twitter handle? It's like the big thing, you know. You watch TV and everybody's got Twitter handles under their names.
Oh yeah, Twitter charges them a nice dime for that one.
I bet they do. What's
Do they
yours?
really?
Yeah.
They don't pay us.
Yeah. Well, my Twitter handle is Siege CEEJE
So would you one more time?
CEEJE.
Okay.
But yeah. So most of those companies like ESPN and stuff pay about $5,000 a month.
Really?
To have
Just
their
that
Twitter
on there?
handles on
Yes.
the TV.
Because
Wow.
they have the symbol and shit at
yeah,
the bottom,
yeah.
right?
They use the symbol. They have
Yeah, they
their
have everything.
people,
It's like licensing.
and then they also that makes those people verified on there too.
Huh.
Right. That's how they get like the little check mark next to it or
Yeah.
whatever.
Unless your account is fraudulent enough, where you're a big enough person that
That's
people
the key,
keep making
Kev.
fake
We
accounts.
were talking prior to the show. How do we get the show to blow up? We got to get verified, Kev. We got to get that check mark, dude.
start hashtagging.
Hashtags. Hashtags
What the hell are they going to verify?
that we are awesome.
Verify that we're part of a show that gets 50 plays a freaking week.
And that everybody
Way to downplay it.
everybody should listen
Oh no,
to it.
I may leave now since it's only 50 plays.
Yeah, Craig's just like, it's
Come on.
nothing.
I've gone from serious to this. Oh man.
Actually, Craig was like last minute, just like, Danny's sick, like real sick, apparently. And I was like, well, shit, who can we have on the show? Craig. It's awesome. We have another guest, Kev.
There we go.
We're going places.
Yeah.
Guess left and right.
Well, there's another story this week. Roy Halladay died.
Oh, my gosh.
Did you see that?
Yeah.
Dude, did you see the video of him flying, though?
I did.
Why was he flying so low
I
to
don't
the
know.
water?
I don't know.
Because you can land on the water.
Okay.
Right.
Okay. But he didn't land on the water.
Do you think
He crashed.
Well, yeah, he definitely crashed.
And how many of those planes have crashed?
I don't know.
There's a big. I don't
Is
know.
Is it a lot?
Yeah, there's a lot of them.
Well, they're like those one-person planes, really, like the little tiny planes, right?
Single
Yeah.
engine Cessnas.
Yeah, they're terrifying.
It's like a
Puddle
jumpers.
jet ski on water or
Yeah,
something.
fuck
Yeah.
that.
Terrifying. Interesting stat with him though that I found on Twitter this week that I thought was pretty cool. Since 2003, okay, complete games in a Major League Baseball setting. Roy Halladay has 62 complete games.
Full season.
No, full games. 62 full games.
A full season?
Oh, yeah, whatever. Of
No,
the
that's
next
162.
162
Yeah, there's 160 games.
So I was
in the season.
confused by what you were
I
talking
didn't know
about.
if you were, I didn't,
Kevin Review would be mad at me right now.
I didn't know if you were asking like, is that like in one season, or if you're just asking.
No, he doesn't pitch 62 times a year. But so all right, so he has 62 complete games since 2003. His last year was 2013. Okay.
Wow.
The next guy, CC Sabathia, has 36 complete games.
Wow.
Since 2003. Number 3, Cliff Lee with 29. So Roy Halladay was an ace, dude. It's crazy.
How many
40 years old.
He had a perfect game with Philadelphia.
Yep.
And one in the postseason, which he was only the second person to ever do that.
That's awesome.
What was that, 2010 or something like that?
Yeah, it was wild.
Against the Reds?
I thought this was supposed to be good news.
No, there's no good news.
None.
There's no good news. Danny's not here.
Wow, you guys are so negative without Danny.
It's a downer episode, Kev. Remember we had a downer episode last year or the last season? It's a downer episode.
Heavy downers.
Craig's here. That's cool. But everything else is downer. No good news here. Actually, there was something cool. All right, so scientists, they have all these scientific things they do.
I mean, it's kind of in the job description. But
They use some kind of like radiation to basically map out the inside of one of the pyramids out there. In Egypt.
I saw
You
that.
see that?
Yes.
Yo, I saw a story on Facebook about this, though.
They found like a secret compartment like
Yeah.
in the middle of the thing. Indiana Jones shit.
Yeah.
Kev, would you go in there?
I'd absolutely go in
You
there.
wouldn't go in there, dude.
Yes, I would.
CJ, would you go in there?
Oh, I definitely go. They think it's empty though, except that Egypt won't let them go drill into it. They have to
Is
figure
that what
out-
they would want to do? Is drill into it?
Well, they want to drill into the wall to make a space to go through, but Egypt won't let them.
Wow.
So now they have to figure out another way into it, which is even
we're
more
all like the booby traps are at.
which is even more mind-boggling that you can't go through any door. You can't move the bricks to go through the most direct way. You have to go back to the scan and trying to figure out a second way in if there is one.
And I saw like a thing that they have like 3D models of this interior of it. It's crazy looking. All these different like caverns in there. I just imagine like the stupid boulder chasing Harrison Ford, like just some crazy spike wall that like closes in on you. I would not go in there. I wouldn't. No.
But look at it this way.
There's some ancient evil shit in there.
Dude, I saw.
What's it? 5,000 years old? Like, if there's even a rope to set off a booby trap, it's rotted. It's done.
True story.
True.
But
It's true.
I saw a story on
See
Facebook.
all these like spiked shit laying everywhere. It's just like the most unorganized fucking disappointment of a fucking thing.
I saw a story on Facebook about these the Great Sphinx.
Yeah.
That this kid, he was talking to his mom, and his mom didn't let him do like a whole bunch of stuff, but he talked about war and like past life type of stuff. And if people were able to get into this room that's in the Great Sphinx, it would change humankind forever. Absolutely forever.
There's some like crazy intellectual shit in there.
Yes.
Like how the world was formed shit. Meaning of life shit.
Yeah, I would think
The
so.
crystal skulls in there.
Wow.
Going back to Indiana Jones references.
Some fucking like Holy Grail shit.
How wild would that be if they found something inside these things that were built thousands of years ago? Thousands of years ago.
Yeah.
And it changed everything we know about everything.
Do you think people would believe in that though?
They would,
Like, all right, say you get to this secret compartment in the Sphinx, right? And you find out that squirrels are running the world. Like they have a secret society of some kind that do everything, right? They control things just by whatever they do, right? There's this thing in there that says this. Do you think that people would believe it?
not if it was about squirrels.
It depends on the proof that's it, like how it's presented in there and how you can prove it. Because
go ahead, Craig. Sorry, I didn't
because
mean
you
to interrupt.
have look at all these different religions you have, everyone claiming to be the truth, blah 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 blah. So it would just be get racked up into another religion.
Well, let me give you a better example than squirrels.
Go for it.
What if
We're going Scientology here.
what if you get to the middle of the Sphinx and you find this tablet or some shit, not an iPad, but a fucking stone tablet or some shit that basically tells you that we are aliens from a different planet?
That'd blow my mind, but I wouldn't have a hard time believing that at all.
You would believe it.
Yeah.
Do you think that Donald Trump would believe it?
What?
Craig, do you think that Donald Trump would believe it?
Well, I have two comments. Once I called it out beforehand, Scientology going on right here.
Well, yeah.
but also second on that, I saw the alien overlords kill Donald Trump on stage at the Gwar show. So,
Oh, wow. They did that?
oh yeah, they killed Obama too.
What do they, like, impale them or something?
Well, they
Guar is wild.
oh yeah, Gwar's an insane show. If you ever get the chance, to
I've never
see
seen
it.
him live, but it looks
so
wild.
they call out. They go, we have someone introduced to you. So they have the presidential theme coming. Then they had Barack Obama come out, and they go, no, you already pushed our alien agenda far enough. You're out of office. We don't need you anymore. And they decapitate him on stage, and the blood shoots out. The blood shoots out over the crowd. And then they bring out I forget what his name is, but he's their little ringleader. He has this big hairdo and everything. He goes, all right, we're gonna call out your first alien president, and they bring out Donald Trump.
Wow.
And then someone says something, and he just shouts. He goes, "When in the fuck have you ever seen an orange person before? Of course he's an alien." So they bring him out, and then they go, we got you elected, but you're not pushing our alien agenda far enough like you're supposed to. So then Gwar starts playing one of their songs, and the lead singer comes over, rips his chest off, pulls out his intestines, strangles him with it, and starts shooting the blood all over the crowd.
It's like a dummy thing?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no, I mean, there's someone in a Donald Trump suit.
Oh, but they have like all the makeup and stuff. Because have you seen Gwar stuff? Like pictures and videos and stuff?
Yeah.
It's crazy shit. But yeah, I mean, all right, so aliens though. I think that's what would be in there.
I would not have a hard time believing that a spaceship came down, let a few of us off, and we infested this planet.
We're
like
the
a
only things
fucking
with thumbs.
virus.
We're the only thing with thumbs.
Dude, I would not have a
Skyscrapers.
Gorillas have thumbs.
Yeah, but they don't build skyscrapers with them. Or phones or computers.
Planet of the Apes. It just hasn't happened yet.
I mean, not saying they couldn't, but they don't. I don't know why.
I don't know. Then you have to pick your favorite alien origin story.
I mean, I don't know. Just the technology speaks for itself, in my opinion. There's nothing else. There's no anthills don't have lights, man. I mean, monkeys don't live in houses, man. They don't build houses. I mean, they build. There's animals. That
Dogs
build
live in
nests.
houses.
Yeah, but we build them with our thumbs.
Buddha, if you next time you're at the convention center, if you go across the street, the Scientology office is right there.
But like, is that what that really is? Because I'm not into it like that. Like, I'm not like a religious, zealot for aliens. I just believe that there's nothing else on Earth like us. Like,
so
before I were to believe in some sort of like heaven or hell thing, I would more believe in the fact that there's something else in the universe that is like us that maybe we're related to somehow.
So essentially, Scientology is alien overlords bring in different species, put them by volcanoes, they erupt, causes genes to splice, and that's what you're dealing with. For
that's what Scientology is.
pretty much.
There's an alien overlord.
There's always an alien.
Does it have
overlord.
like a name though? Like, is it like
Yeah.
Soltron or something?
I forget.
like that?
I forget the name, but there is a name.
Optimus Prime.
Andre 3000.
Don't worry, we're talking about Scientology now.
Is it Pharrell?
That's gonna
Pharrell Williams?
that's gonna
Is he like
boost
the
your
alien
ratings.
overlord?
That's gonna boost your ratings
because Scientologists can now listen to this. To
It's a big
figure out
deal.
What's going on?
and
Well,
you're a fan of them.
what
so
up,
they're gonna
Scientology?
recruit you.
Oh yeah, you're gonna be recruited. You're gonna be famous now.
What up, Scientology? John Travolta listening to the show. Tom Cruise listening to the show.
You better start shelling out that money.
Is that what they want from me?
That's what
I
they
want them to pay me though.
Well, they're
They
gonna
don't pay me for that.
They're gonna make you famous to get more money out of you.
That's how religion works. Or is it just Scientology, Craig?
I believe that's the way all religions
Yeah,
work.
I would say so. But Scientology is the only one with aliens. I might be a Scientologist, bro.
I don't know.
Not one of these weirdo ones.
I believe
though.
all.
I
I
feel like
believe
there's
all
like
of
a
them have the same story. It's just Scientology is cooler because it has aliens, but it's all the same story no matter which one you pick.
I just feel like there's like this weird, like weirdo cloud that surrounds Scientology. No, yeah,
Oh yeah, there's a bunch of weird stuff.
there's like a
going on.
weirdo thing about it, Kev.
Yeah, they're all freaking weirdos.
Well, are they weird because they believe in aliens? Okay,
no, they're weird because they eat the placenta after a freaking child's born.
that's the thing, Craig.
I've heard stories about that.
Me too. I just wanted to see if you
I don't know.
had some sort of insider information on that. I would never do that.
I don't know. The Church of Scientology didn't accept Novak and me one day.
If that's a stipulation, you can count me out. And I don't want their money, really. I mean, I could take their money if they wanted to give me money for talking about it on the show, but I'm never going to eat a placenta, so
I accidentally
lost me on that,
wandered into the
Scientology.
Church of Scientology one day in Philadelphia.
Did you? There's
Yeah.
one?
There's one. I told you right across from the convention center.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
So we were going. Novak and I were going to this convention, and he wanted a TV before we went. You know, the doors are side by side. It was cold and windy. We thought we were going to the T spot right across from the convention center. We ended up in Scientology.
Wow.
Bet you that was
Bunch
a
of weirdos in
pleasant
there?
surprise.
Well, you know, they had 20 questions about what we were doing, and
Did they involve aliens? Like, did they ask you about aliens while you were standing there?
oh no, they wanted to know if we thought about joining Scientology.
Oh.
Novak asked if they could make him as famous as Tom Cruise, and he would consider it.
What was their answer to that?
They could not make that guarantee.
But they thought about it?
Yeah.
Oh.
no. As soon as he said Tom Cruise, they were said and done with us.
Well, because, I mean, I would go talk to them.
I don't know. Maybe if you didn't go as direct as we did, right, for the Tom Cruise. Maybe if you want to John Travolta, or I'm sure there's other lower grade celebrities that you could
I believe in aliens.
maybe a Christy Alley.
I'm not saying that somebody here is an alien. No, I don't necessarily believe in that, like Men in Black type shit where people are walking around into aliens, but they're really in like a human skin type shit. No. But is there something out there that is an alien? I absolutely believe that.
Oh, I believe that.
I don't believe in Men in Black shit either, Kev. But I believe that we are somehow related to some sort of alien species. Either that, or we're just straight up the fucking king of the hill of this shit, the Earth.
Dude, we are taking over this planet like a fucking virus.
What do you mean? It's like over now.
Yeah,
like
we're killing it.
Oh,
I've
absolutely.
never done that.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Cavemen. They as soon as we invented the wheel and fire and shit. All come from that, I guess.
Done deal.
But my question is, in regards to this, and we're going to take a break, is how did we get from wheel, fire, to pyramids, to aircraft carriers, to computers, to all that shit, as quickly as we did? Aliens.
The
Technology.
alien overlords, Gwar.
You look at that,
Gwar.
and you look at that like the ancient alien show. Like as funny as that stupid guy's hair is, like shit's kind of crazy. You think about like hieroglyphics and things, and like Greek mythology and all that kind of stuff too. Everything has to do with like this, something's up in the air, something's up in the sky, something like that. And I'm not saying that there isn't a God. I'm not like that, but like I'm just saying that before I believe in some invisible being somewhere that's judging me all the time, maybe Han Solo and Luke Skywalker isn't
Do
that far
exist.
off. Yeah.
Well, they probably not anymore because remember that was in a galaxy far, far away years ago.
It's true, but I mean, I'm just saying
That's in
that,
the
like,
past. You're talking about the past here. We're talking about the future.
But in if you go interstellar, all right, black hole shit, I could just go creeping through space and get to Han Solo and them, right?
Would you have a conversation
know.
with R2D2?
Dimensions,
We have to figure out if the black hole does time travel
the
because
vacuum of space. It did in that movie, the Interstellar movie. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Matthew McConaughey or whatever. He's like talking to his kids and stuff through the wall or whatever that shit was. You know what I'm talking about?
Sounds
Yeah.
retarded.
but yeah,
You never seen that movie, kid?
Nope.
You can't cross movies though. Star Wars are going around space all sorts, every way, shape, and form.
I'm just saying.
They're not going back in time through black holes. You can't cross your movies.
You don't know what Millennium Falcon's doing in hyperspace. Maybe that's what's going on in hyperspace.
They accidentally run into a black hole.
yeah. They just time it just right. Chewbacca knows all that shit, man. But speaking of that, Disney did announce this week that they're making a new Star Wars trilogy. Did you see something about that?
I saw that.
You had to see it coming.
Well, no,
But
I thought that it was the guy finishing up this trilogy.
No. It's
It's another.
something else after this.
Dude, they didn't buy the rights for nothing.
Right. Well, they're going to go crazy with it. But
Star Wars Land is coming.
it's the same director who did Rogue One, which was good. I liked Rogue One. It was like the Star Wars Saving Private Ryan.
It was a. See, I don't know. I can't get behind Rogue One.
Star
No?
Wars Land is coming. People need to get in on that Disney IPO.
That you're not a Star Wars guy, Kevin.
Nope.
So, what do you think about
Chum,
Disney?
chum, chum.
Might be buying Fox.
Oh, get in on that Disney IPO.
It would change things for the Marvel.
The Marvel universe. Yeah.
It would change things up because then X-Men could be in the Avengers and shit.
Yeah.
Interesting
I'm
stuff.
sick of superhero movies. Sick of them.
Such a weirdo.
They make money.
They do make money.
Make a lot of money.
You're never gonna see the end of them.
You're not hyped for Justice League, Kev?
Nope.
Really?
Dude, didn't even watch what was the and I was so hyped to see it when I saw trailers. What was
Batman, Superman?
no, Jared Leto as the Joker.
Oh,
Suicide
Suicide Squad?
Squad.
That shit was garbage.
Never saw it.
You didn't?
No.
It was all right.
Don't waste my time.
I can't wait to see Jared Leto. I think he's gonna pull off an amazing Joker in one of these movies they have for him.
See, I'm I don't know. I didn't mind Jared Leto as a Joker. Obviously, they were going a different direction than Heath Ledger, so like I just tried my best to just leave that out of it. You know what I mean? While I was watching Suicide Squad, and he did all right. He was cool. Like it was a flashy take on the Joker, pretty cool. But like the movie, they didn't do anything with him. Like it was dumb, and the villains in the movie sucked, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And just the story was dumb.
I've yet to see it, and obviously I've yet to see anything that will come out. But in my opinion, you will not be able to beat Heath Ledger's freaking Joker. The twitchy, crazy, ridiculous Joker that he pulls off is absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing.
Yeah, I agree.
Some of the stuff that I've heard coming down the pipeline, I think Jared might be able to do it if it comes through.
Huh.
If they actually do something cool with it, then we'll see. Because they were talking about doing a Batman movie, like it's just straight up Ben Affleck Batman, which I like him as Batman.
I don't.
Which it would go with the Suicide Squad thing where they're interacting. So
Right. You said you don't like him as Batman? Why? What have you seen him in as Batman?
Superman versus Batman.
You did see that?
I went with you to see that.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
So
That
still,
shit sucked.
Did you
Yeah,
actually
like-
see it though, or did you fall asleep, or did you walk out?
I think I dozed off at a couple points, but
I
he
liked
was
it. I thought
terrible.
it was good.
He was
Okay.
terrible.
Weird.
Terrible.
You're weird. All right, so we're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to do What's the Point? We're still going to do that, even without Danny. And then we're going to do the late review of what, Kev? What are we reviewing?
Spoon.
Are you big spoon or little spoon?
So obviously,
Orc you.
Obviously, you can tell that Kev is a big Spoon fan.
I loved it.
Wow. I can't wait to hear what you thought, Kev. I can't wait to hear it. 'Cause I think
Does it hurt your feelings?
sometimes it does, because sometimes I feel very passionately about something in particular that you just fucking hate. And I just, sometimes it's like you hate a part of me, Kev. That's how it feels sometimes. Sometimes it feels like you hate a part of me. Like it's just like a very emotional thing for me. All right? If you want me to be honest, that's my opinion.
Do you want some French fries with your Whamburger?
Just leave me alone. We're going to go on break, and I'm going to try and cry it out, okay? We'll be right back.
We'll be back.
Welcome back to Might Be News. Week 13. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter. Well, at Twitter, at Might Be News 24/7. That's Might Be News 247. Hashtag
Shit's getting real.
Hashtag something. Hashtag what's the point?
Hashtag expanding audience.
Hashtag bigger rating.
Hashtag no shame.
There you go.
It might be news to you that we are a struggling podcast. But that's all right. We're just getting started.
I'm having fun.
Yeah. We were discussing that we are 13 episodes into season 2. We're going to end it at 18. We're going to take a little break. A couple weeks. I'm not sure how long, but it's not going to be more than 3 weeks. Probably going to be 2 weeks. Come back in 2018. Wild. Can you believe it?
Wow, it's been fun so far.
It's fun. All right, so new music out this week. Wiz Khalifa dropped a new project, Laugh Now, Fly Later. Jesse Rutherford.
Never heard of him.
And is the album.
That's
Evanescence.
the worst title ever.
Dumb.
And
Evanescence dropped a new album, Synthesis. Some people will be into that.
that's better than and.
Yeah. Jadena, he dropped a new EP called Boomerang. I listened to it. It's good.
I don't know. The only boomerang I know is by Skrillex. Oh, wait, no, that's Bangarang. Never mind.
Bangarang. The Justice League soundtrack came out. Metallica's Master of Puppets Remastered Deluxe Box Edition came out.
Yeah, I already heard it the first time around.
REM Automatic for the People.
They're still
The
around.
25th anniversary came out. No, it's not a
No.
new thing. It's an old thing.
Yeah, once again, it's another old thing. Heard it the first time around.
People that are just like re-releasing shit. Whatever. Some of that stuff that helps with the threshold and time shit that we talk about. They update the sound, make it a little bit better. I don't know. Elton John came out with a new album, Diamonds.
He's still coming out with new shit.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's brand new. Diamonds. It's the deluxe edition.
Shoot.
That's a handful of the new music that's coming out. Kind of a dud week, but it looks like next week, something I'm very excited for is coming out. Sci-Hi the Prince's new album. Very excited about it. It'll be on late review at some point, guaranteed. Guaranteed. And
Kevin's not going to listen to it.
new Eminem album, I think, is coming out next week.
Yeah, I heard.
It's just about.
What's that?
It's just about ready.
Yeah, I think it comes out next week
He dropped his sneak peek song
with Beyonce.
featuring Beyonce.
It's a ballad with Beyonce. What did you think of it, Kev? Did you listen to it?
I did not.
You didn't?
No.
Craig, did you listen to it?
I have not heard it yet.
You
I
know
listened
why
to
I
it.
didn't listen to it?
Why?
Because Beyonce's on it.
You're not a Beyonce fan?
I'm not a Beyonce
I
fan.
don't know. I was going through the Yellow Wolf album, so
It's good.
I like it.
I like the new Eminem song. It's good.
Mhm.
It's very slow, Kev. You won't like it.
Yeah.
I guarantee you won't like it. But you know what's cool though is that the song is about you not liking it. I'm telling you.
He
wrote
a
it
song
about-
about
a
me.
song
Yeah, it's about
you.
you.
Oh shit! I
About
gotta
you.
listen to it now.
No, it's about basically he comes out there talking about like, all right, well, some of my best stuff that I'll ever write was 10 plus years ago. Like, write your best line, do that 1,000 more times, and then repeat is basically what he's talking about in the album or in the song. And it's just kind of like, it's very real stuff. You're not kind of used to hearing that shit from Eminem. It's pretty cool. Beyonce ballad.
I don't know. I
good.
like the Marshall Mathers LP too. Or
Dude, Marshall Mathers LP period is my top Eminem album.
It's good.
I like the second one with the remixes, and you had Rap God.
Rap
Yeah.
God was alright, but I think it was too fast. What are you laughing at?
He had to fit all those words in to break the Guinness Book of World Records.
I like Eminem. He's all right. I mean, he's great. I don't mean it like that. I'm excited to hear the new album. But that's for a different time. Now it's time for What's the Point? Here we go. What's the point?
Is there a point to this?
What is your
Are
point?
you just gonna sit there and look stupid?
All right, what's the point for this week? Craig, I changed it. I told you what it was going to be earlier. I was going to go with, just for fun, I'm just going to say what I was going to go with. Stephen Hawking recently said that humans basically have 600 years to get off Earth before we're all destroyed.
Saw that.
Since that's not my point, we're not going to talk about it. All right?
Thanks for bringing it up.
My point for this week, Jackie and I just finished this show on Netflix. They don't pay us. But we just finished this show on Netflix called Mind Hunter. You heard of
Okay.
it? Have you heard of it, Greg?
No.
You're going to talk about this and you release a whole bunch of spoilers and
Spoiler alert, it's very good, and I'm not going to tell you too much about it, but it's based on a true guy, like true crime writer. Takes place, I think it's the late 70s, and it's two FBI agents in the like behavioral science aspect of it. And it's like right when that's all starting to happen. And these guys are the guys who came up with the term serial killer. They go to all these prisons and talk to these famous serial killers to kind of try and figure out what makes them tick, what makes them go out and
kill people.
rape and murder, mostly women is what they're dealing with. These guys that go out and rape and murder women. And it's a very disturbing show, but it's very cool, and it's got a good story. The cast is great. It's done by David Fincher, the guy who did Fight Club, amongst other things. And I enjoyed it. It's 10 episodes. Some of the episodes were short. They were only like a half hour. But the story, it kind of started off a little slow in the first episode, but by the end, I was definitely hooked. The cast is good. They work good together. Then when you realize that it's based on a true story-ish.
Mind Hunters?
Mindhunter, yeah.
They actually did a documentary about that. I remember seeing that years ago,
Yeah.
where they talked about those guys going around to interview the serial killers.
Well, they started out like the one partner, he was kind of like, he would go around the country and talk to police departments and kind of let them know what the FBI was doing to catch the bad guys and kind of help them out like on cases, like on the side a little bit. And because in the late 70s or like the 60s, 70s or whatever, when these like serial killers first started like kind of coming out, like I can't imagine like you just read about Charles Manson or some shit or like for the first time. And like, there's nobody else like that in the planet that's doing crazy shit like that. So these guys, they had to go out and kind of figure them out. And the one guy is really crazy, like the one FBI guy, and then the other guy is kind of like, it's a good cop, bad cop thing, and you kind of dig their partnership throughout the season. I liked it a lot.
I'm slacking on my Netflix originals.
Me too. Me too. We finished, Jackie and I, we finished Stranger Things 2.
I'm slacking on that.
I really enjoyed Stranger Things.
Last one I saw was American Vandal.
I need to watch
Dude.
that.
you got to see who drew the dicks.
Yeah, I need to watch that. It looks really funny. Now, like, I got a question though. Was that real or was it like a faux documentary? Like,
It's a fomentary, but
okay.
it's also someone that grew up in Exton is the creator, the writer for it.
Really? That's
Yes.
cool. That's right down the street.
Dude, I started watching that and I got like 2 episodes into this and I'm like, this is an absolutely ridiculous TV show. But then I had to finish it just to find out who drew the 27 dicks on the 27 cars.
Wow. That's
It was
the premise of the show.
Yes.
It sucked you in because
Dude.
it twists and turns.
Wow. That's
It
funny.
was so excellently done.
Dude, it was incredible.
There's not a lot of twists and turns in this Mindhunter show, but just the content of it is pretty awesome. It's good.
To change your point, American Vandal, you should watch it.
Yeah.
I'll watch that. I need to watch it.
You're
That's
gonna
the
get
point.
You're
I
gonna
need to
get
watch
about an episode or 2 in. You're like, what the fuck did Kev suggest?
Yeah, I'm really watching a show about drawing dicks, and then there's twists and turns. You're like, shit, Who drew the disc?
Dude, it's amazing.
How did he do it that quickly?
Did he work alone?
That's one of the questions.
I'm sure it is. Kev, what's your point?
Okay. So I was sitting there with my wife, and I suggested to her, I said, I'm going to go get some comedy show tickets. A comedian that's coming to town I really enjoy, I wanted to get tickets to. And she says, no, don't. And I said, why? I really want to see this guy. She says, Merry Christmas. She had already,
She got you tickets.
Yeah, she already bought me tickets for Christmas. But Bert Kreischer,
The Machine.
The Machine, dude. I downloaded his book on Audible, listened to it probably 3 or 4 times now. He is the best storytelling comedian that you will ever hear in your life. In your life. He talks about The Machine. Have you heard The Machine story?
Yeah, I believe so.
He talks about meeting Will Smith for the first time.
Mm-hmm.
Will Smith invites him to the movies when they split their separate ways before the movie. Like, he sees him earlier in the day. Will Smith's like, you want to go see a movie? And then he gets on the phone with his dad. His dad convinced him that Will Smith and his buddies want to rape him. And he realizes all the guys that he sat down and watched the movie with is Biz Markie, Kool Mo D, like,
Wow.
yeah, like he tells this incredible story of how he pissed on his girlfriend's parents' dining room table while he's doing it. He's so drunk and just out of it. While he was doing it, in the act of pissing, her dad walks in on him saying, "What are you doing?" And he says, "What's it look like I'm doing? I'm going to bed." Lays down in the pile of piss and goes to bed.
What? Wow.
Dude, this guy is...
He wrote a book about that?
Dude, he wrote a book about... The book is called Life of the Party, Stories of a Perpetual Man-Child.
Wow.
Dude, this book is incredible. Just download the app and you get like 2 free books or whatever. Download the app and listen to it while you're at work. You will laugh your ass off. Dude, there's this story how he's getting, or he has to get voted into some position or something with the fraternity that he's joining. He lays a pizza box out on stage, gets completely naked except for a tie, and takes a shit on the pizza box, and that's what gets him nominated.
What? It's incredible.
It's absolutely amazing.
You would love this.
The only news story part I've learned, because I know who Bert is, that Kevin Kinderman just got the book for free because it was one of his trials. So he didn't pay for his favorite comedian's book.
No, Audible did.
You paid to go see him. Well, Amy did.
We're paying to go see him. We're going to see him at the Troc February 23rd, I believe it is. And,
So
dude,
pay attention to Kevin's laugh. It'll be the guy that's probably stationed right near the microphone that you
Yeah.
hear obnoxiously
It's
laughing.
like they're filming a special and you just
That
hear
ruins the special, and you'll never actually see it.
Yeah, it'd be hilarious. And then I'll write a book about it and you'll like download it for free and hear it.
Bert will go on his podcast and talk about, I tried to film this special, but there's an obnoxious guy laughing the whole way through, so it's scrapped. On to the next thing.
Yeah, wow. All right, well, very cool, very cool. We're
we're
gonna do.
so excited about it.
I bet comedy shows are a lot of fun. All right, so late review time. Here we go. I know it's a little late, but
You're just hearing about this?
Can't believe I'm just hearing.
Why didn't I know about this sooner?
all right, this week on the late review, it's just me and Kev. So I think you already know where this is gonna go. This week we're doing Spoon Hot Thoughts is the album. Came out not too long ago, actually. We talked about it in season 1. The reason I picked this album this week is because Grammy nominations are coming out soon, and I really hope that this gets nominated for something because I think it's a wonderful album. The For like all of the songs are good to me except for like the last one, which is like an instrumental. I like every song on this album.
What is it? Is it a rock album? Or?
Yeah, it's like alternative. It's like
All
what's that? Indie rock. These guys are indie rock legends, Kev.
Okay.
Right. Went to go see him over there in Camden. It was great.
You saw these guys live?
I did. They were wonderful.
Okay.
Very good. Very good show. Very good show, Kev.
Well, dude, you get
Be
different
a little more
vibes.
descriptive with it because I haven't heard it and I doubt Kevin actually listened to it.
Well, we can't play any of the music on the show, but my favorite songs, Whisper, I'll listen to hear it. Let's see. Do I have to talk you into it? Can I sit next to you? Shotgun is one of the good songs on there. It's like I know that this album is their newest album, and it was produced by one of the guys that works with the Flaming Lips. But they have a bunch of other good albums. Ga.
So, what hot thoughts? But can I sit next to you? All right, it sounds like a high school thing. And then you go to a southern thing. A shotgun. Shotgun sounds like they're ready for a shotgun wedding.
That's
after coming. Can I sit next to you? Things apparently got a little hot and heavy there.
They have like it's an up tempo kind of band.
Well,
like,
no, it goes, can I sit next to you? And then the next song is, I ain't the one. So it sounds like he knocked her up. So all of a sudden it goes next to Shotgun.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. It's a rock and roll roller coaster ride. Kev, what did you think? Numerically, I give this album easily an 8.
Easy 8.
Easily. Strong
8.
Absolutely. What do you give it? A limpy 3?
Dan, what do you think about the album? Oh wait, he's not here, so his opinion's as good as mine.
Wow. That was very dramatic, Kev. Very dramatic and unnecessary, quite frankly.
it sounds like someone's life spiraling out of control,
No, but-
with the way those songs go.
Dude, yeah. Dude, I listened to about 5 of the songs.
Yeah.
I'm going to be straight up honest with you. I listened to about 5 of the songs.
Which is more than you usually listen to.
And I don't, because with these artists out there, they're doing their thing. They are, and obviously they have a following, and they're doing their thing, and it's just not for me. That was not for me. If you want my opinion of it, I thought the music was hot trash. It was garbage. I hated it. But
Wow.
but it
Hate
just
is a strong word, Kev.
Watch out the guy with the shotgun for the wedding.
there you go. But no, it wasn't for me. It wasn't my kind of music. I didn't like it.
Do you ever listen to these musical choices with Amy?
No, because I'm not going to sit down with her and listen to a whole album.
Curious
But
what
it did sound like something that she would listen to.
I'm curious what she thinks about some of these things because I'm thinking about replacing you on this segment of the show. I just might send you home, have Amy come, and have her review the music because you're just useless to me in this situation.
I think you just dislike that I hate everything that you like.
I feel
But
like
Kevin, you don't commit to the cause.
I said this.
You're not drinking the Kool-Aid here, listening to the album.
Some of these musical acts that I pick for the Slate review, I feel very strongly about.
Okay.
And
You feel strongly about music in general, and
In
I
general.
don't.
I think
Right.
Kevin wants you to go back to movies. Oh, wait, how'd that work out?
Great. Just falling asleep at Blood Diamond. All right, that's what you want to do every week for late review.
Did you watch it?
I still haven't watched it. I've seen the movie before, which is more than you. Right?
He's seen it once, so that gives him at least.
I've seen the movie. I know how it ends. I know who lives and who dies. It's pretty important. You want the spoiler?
Nope.
He's planning on watching someday in the not too distant future.
I like some of these bands and rappers so much that it feels like a personal attack.
Well, guess what? You're asking me for my opinion, so it's not all 9s.
You know, I'm just
Because some people might feel like me.
But you got to listen to it the whole way through.
I'm not going to listen to it
You
the
know,
whole way through.
That sixth song,
Dude, I can't even-
That sixth song
I say
is,
that
is
all
the
the time.
song.
Yes.
It's the song that's going to
Yes.
connect with you, and you're going to be like, greatest fucking song ever.
I got to listen to this all again, and maybe I like it more because
no.
now I get it.
No, because that's not the type of person I am. I'll go and listen to song 6 over and over and over
But
again
you have
without
to get-
listening to the
you
rest
have
of
to
it.
You have to get to song 6.
Right. What if you don't get to song 6?
Then I'm just depriving myself, and I'm happy
Then you're
doing
just
it.
sitting
Wow.
next to the girl. You're not the getting going up to the shotgun wedding that happens 3 songs later.
You're not living the best life possible, Kev. That's what it comes down to.
Because
Maybe-
no, dude, we had a conversation about this, and you never responded to me
What was it?
on Facebook Messenger.
This
You-
one? This album?
Not about the album in general, but
What
about
is it?
music.
Oh, yes. We've talked about it.
You said
We've talked about it person to person.
no. Let's go back to the Facebook Messenger this week. You said
It was this week?
yes.
Oh.
You asked, "Did you guys ever listen to Rage Against the Machine so and so from cover to cover?"
Yeah. I
What was my response to that?
don't remember.
I said, "I have no.
Oh, yeah. You've never listened to anything cover to cover.
no."
Craig, is that a weird thing?
That is what. Have you tried to have you at least played 30 seconds of a song from all the way cover
Like-
to cover?
Yeah.
Sampled
Yeah.
at least to see
Yes.
if you like it.
Yes.
Well, all right.
Yes. I have done that.
Like Biggie,
All
Ready
right,
to Die.
that-
Have you ever
that's
listened?
one
You've
step.
listened to that album cover to cover? No?
Probably not.
Are you kidding me? I mean,
There's this.
I don't
point-
know what to say to you.
I don't know. When I first
Why
get-
is that weird?
when I
Because
first
Amy
get
said
an
the same
album-
thing.
I will go through and I'll find a couple songs. I like, all right, this intro sounds good. I'll listen to that. But then I will play it cover to cover, just the
Right.
whole way through.
Right. I usually give an album. Well, see, I mean, streaming services have changed that completely for me, right? Because before that, I was just YouTubing. Somebody's like, "Oh my God, have you ever heard this song by this band?" I'm like, "No, I haven't heard that." So I go to YouTube and I find that. And if I like it, I listen to it a bunch of times and maybe I'll look up a couple more of their songs.
Mhm.
But back then, I was rarely listening to a whole album. So, but now that I have streaming service that I can just go pick an album, listen to all 10 songs or shit, all fucking 45 songs if you want to listen to the whole new Chris Brown album. You can do that for whatever it is a month. And since I've had that, that is literally all I do. Like I don't really go and find my favorite song on somebody's thing. If I like somebody enough and I don't like their whole catalog, like Led Zeppelin, for example, I can go in and find my favorite songs and make a playlist of my own to listen to. I can do that right on my phone.
When do
Easy.
you listen to your songs from cover to cover? When do you listen to your music from cover to cover?
At work, typically.
Okay. I don't have the ability to do
Yeah,
so.
no, I do that at work, typically. I just press play and let it go.
Oh, I'll commit to something every time I'm in the car. If it's time to go cover to cover, I'll get out, do what I have to do, get back in, pick up where it left off.
Yep.
I'll do that. That's how I listen to stuff cover to cover.
I like to do it just to give that artist a chance to relay an entire message to me.
Oh yeah.
Pretty much. If I'm like you though, Kevin, like I listen to it and I just generally don't like it, I won't continue listening to it. But like if it's like not my typical genre of music to listen to, like if it's like super poppy or something, I'm just gonna be like, maybe not for me. But if it catches me, I'll listen to the whole thing. If I get past like song 5 or 6, I go all in.
Okay, let
At
me
least once.
let me rephrase that because now my wheels are spinning, and I do. There are albums that I have listened to cover, but for me to listen to an album from cover to cover, I have to be able to hear at least 3 or 4 songs on this album that I absolutely love.
Okay.
And an album that came to my mind. What was that Citizen Cope album?
Okay.
That I listened to cover. That was a great album.
What was it, the Greenwood one or whatever?
I forget.
Or
The
whatever it's
actual
called.
disc is purple. I forget what it's
Yeah, I
called.
know which one you're talking about. It's good. I like all his music. But yeah, I mean, you know, if you have like a favorite band or a favorite rapper or whatever, I don't know. I feel like I can't get a real read on somebody unless I hear an entire project. That's just how I feel. Because then you can kind of figure out what kind of beats they like or what kind of music they make or what kind of vibe they give off.
Well, even they could switch it up partway through, like
Right,
that
right.
that Macklemore album.
Yeah,
He switched it up a couple times for
He did.
different songs.
that Big Crit album. He has a double disc, and like disc 1 is one way and disc 2 is the other way. Like you have to listen to the whole thing to fully get it.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't listen to the whole thing, you'll probably still like some of the songs. But if you listen to the whole thing, especially on projects like that or like a typical Kendrick Lamar album, you feel more rewarded in the end because you heard the whole message.
Have you like? Let's change it a bit. Like you're looking for something to watch on Netflix.
Okay.
You come across something, you read the description of it, and you see the title photo, and you're just like, I'll give this a shot.
Yeah.
How far will you get into the movie or documentary or whatever it is, and you dislike it, and how long will it be before you turn it off?
I'll commit to the whole thing.
Yeah, that depends on what time of the day I start something on Netflix. If I start it during the day and I don't like it 10, 15 minutes into it, I probably won't continue watching it. If I start it at night, if I can't finish it in 2 days, I probably won't finish it.
No, I'll straight up commit to it just because it also deals with what I do with video stuff. So
Well, you're looking at it from a completely
you're looking
different
at it in a
angle.
different angle.
yeah, it's
Right.
not fully entertained. If I'm not entertained by it, I'm gonna see how they fucked it up so I can make sure I don't fuck up like they did.
It's a good way of looking at it.
But I've gotten 3 minutes into something. I was like, nope. See ya.
It's happened to me before on Netflix and stuff, yeah. They got a lot of bad stuff on Netflix. It sounds interesting, but they got
I
a
don't
lot
know
of good
what they
stuff
can
on that
sell
thing.
you on. I mean,
Yeah, whatever. Some people are into that shit. What do you got for this week in history, Kev?
This week in history, Kev.
Catch this motherfucker off guard with this every week.
November
And
13th.
He knows it's last.
1942. The minimum draft age was lowered from 21 to 18. 1982. The Vietnam Memorial was dedicated in Washington, D.C. November 14th, 1969, Apollo 12, the second manned lunar expedition was launched. November 15th, 1969, about 250,000 protesters against the Vietnam War, the largest war protest ever, converged peacefully on Washington, D.C., or at Washington, D.C. November 17th, 1973, President Nixon said, "I am not a crook." 2003, Arnold Schwarzenegger was sworn in as governor to California. November 18th, 1928, Mickey Mouse made his debut on Steamboat Willie.
Wow. Historic week.
Yeah.
all right, Kevin, I'm impressed that you just didn't steal stuff from Kevin Reevy's book for this day in Philadelphia sports for the week.
Yeah, right?
I give you credit on that one. That's what I was expecting. But also going back to the album thing, because it just remembered what I was going to say. Not listening to a full album is like going to Disney World and going to one park.
It's a pretty good way of looking at it.
You're missing out on
albums
everything.
are cheaper than Disney World, but
Yeah.
See, if I went to Florida, I would only go to one park, Universal Studios.
But still, all right. So you're going to one part of Universal Studios. You're not going to the Simpsons thing, the Harry Potter thing, or the backlot stage tour.
so like you'd be going there and only riding like 2 rides.
Yeah, pretty much. You're riding 2 rides and you're leaving.
You're not giving the park.
You're not going to Nickelodeon Studios.
That's a waste of money, though.
You're not doing the full experience.
That's a waste of money.
But it's a waste of an experience too. It's not just the money.
Tell you
it's
what's a
the
waste of money.
experience.
You have the internet and you aren't listening to full albums on YouTube.
I guess I'm not in it for the experience.
Well, I guess you're a weirdo fucking guy.
See, you're missing you have to go for the experience. It's like someone not watching the Flyers on TV but not going to a game. Never going to a game. You're missing the experience. You have to at least go once.
I guess I'm not in music for the experience.
Because you
Dude, it doesn't do it for me.
don't have rhythm. and you're a weirdo fucking guy.
Doesn't do it for me. You don't have rhythm either. I've seen you dance.
Dude, just because I can't dance does not mean I don't have
He
rhythm.
has soul.
I have rhythm and soul. And I don't care what your opinion is. So, CJ, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you guys for having me.
It's always a
Absolutely.
pleasure seeing you. We'll be seeing you again soon, I'm sure. Kev, I'm
Yeah.
not so sure about.
Depends on your experiences.
Yeah. Nah, Kev, we'll see you soon. We're not sure when Danny's coming back. He's having a baby soon. So we're going to try and find somebody to fill in probably when he's not going to be available. But like I said, we're going to have a few more episodes left, and then we're going to take a little break for the Christmas holidays. You guys excited for the holidays?
I'm excited for my kids.
Oh, always.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. It's getting cold out now.
Sucks.
It's just dumb. All right, guys, have a great week. We'll see you next time. Thanks again, Craig.
Oh, thank you.
Follow us on Twitter at Might Be News 24/7. That's Might Be News 247. Listen, subscribe, share, tell your friends. I'm Taylor Cooper. Say peace out, Kev.
Peace.
Peace out, Craig.
Peace out.
All right, guys, have a great week.